All right, good morning. It is Giving Tuesday. I'm saying Giving Tuesday because it is a day in which we as community members, we being anyone who is listening to this, we could be you, we could be me, we could be someone that we know. But we are donating back to local organizations today, and News 6, of course, partners with Salvation Army and the Angel Tree program. But today, in the Results One, it's me. I'm Trooper Steve, your News 6 WKMG traffic safety expert, live in Results One. Thanks for being here with me this morning. It is a little chilly. I got my jacket on. Still got my Coke. That needs Coke in there. I forgot to pour it. We're talking U-turns. It's taken me a second to get out here, and the good thing is we have unlimited time. So we're just going to make our way out towards the east side, 436 Aloma, the Orange County, Seminole County line, right there, right close to, I would say, the Winter Park area. I don't know why I just switched into this travel lane, but it's okay. So currently we're eastbound on Fairbanks. This place messy all the time, even the traffic behind me. Look at that. I say look at that like it's crazy, and it's not that bad. We're headed over to there for a viewer question, reference U-turns, but it's going to take us a few minutes to get out there. So still start the live on time, still bring you guys along for the drive, chat a little bit, pour my Coke while we're sitting here at the light. Man, meteorologist Candace Campos let us have it this morning with these temperature drops. 10 to 15 degrees lower than where it was yesterday, which is pretty intense. Enough for most of us to throw a light jacket on. And it's just beautiful. So we're here. Let's see. While I've got you here, let's pull up the email of what we are headed out to today. I like these chill drives because it takes us a little bit. We can chat, we can socialize. If you're watching us on clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, or the News 6 app, make sure you give News 6 a follow on your social media, and give me a follow too, Trooper Steve. Always love interacting with you guys, and if we are live at any point, it is the fastest way for you to communicate with me live, because I'm able to access all social media while we are streaming. All right, finally this light's turning green. Let's go into Winter Park. So like I said, we're headed over towards the 436 Aloma area, but of course I'm taking the longest route possible because it's the only route. So 408 would have been busier, and then to fight 436 north, no thank you. These little side streets have always stressed me out, because it's blown up out here so much that these little streets turn into parking lots, basically. And then you get all these cars diving and dodging and dipping all over the place. Like this little white Honda right here. In and out, the whole way over on this road. Probably slide back out behind me at some point. A little tired this morning, body's still catching up. My mind is at 100 miles an hour though. Just beat. Alright, so we're eastbound on now Aloma, coming up on Park Ave here. Nice steady morning. Winter Park out here doing traffic enforcement, so please be careful. Gotta remember the warnings. People get so upset when they get pulled over, and then they complain to me. Like, where do you think that complaint's going to go if you're complaining to me that you got pulled over and you think other people should be stopped because they're doing worse things? right? Come on. Your complaint's gonna go nowhere with me. And if that ain't already obvious, man, traffic through here. So this morning we are crossing over Park, right on Fairbanks. Got Rollins College off to our right-hand side, and Ed, a viewer, he sent a message to me, and he sends it. Steve, making a U-turn on Aloma in 436, and most cars don't stop even though they have no turn on red. Can that come on sooner? Okay, so listening to what Ed is telling me here, I'm understanding that people are trying to make a U-turn, and the U-turn is impeded by people failing to stop on red to make the right, where Ed is indicating that there's not a U-turn sign posted, where there is a whoa, no right on red posted. I am so sorry. I do not know why I'm yawning so much, but I am. All right, if you're joining us, it's taken me a little bit to get out to 436 this morning, aka Cimarron Boulevard. And Aloma Avenue. I also have yawned about 40 times with you already this morning. And this stuff didn't happen while I was in the studio. I think it's the car. Sitting down. Results one is a comfy beast. This area is prone to speeders, dense traffic. This Fairbanks eastern area, east of Park Avenue. We're in the city limits out here. Very congested, highly residential. Even you got people having signs that say fix 426. If you don't know what 426 is, that's Aloma. And Aloma does need a lot of help out here, because it is so packed. We're gonna pass this big truck because it's going super slow. Kind of scary. Stay in your lane, please. Thank you. Okay. Almost to our destination. We're headed to Aloma in 436. We're probably about, I'd say, 2 miles away. 1.9, look at that. And then we'll attack our intersection out here. But before we get there, write this number down. This number I'm about to give you. It's a phone number, and I want you to call and donate $2, $3, $5 today. 1-888-436-6665. That's 1-888-436-6665. That number today is going to be our Salvation Army Angel Tree phone bank. It is Giving Tuesday. I mentioned that at the top of the stream, where you pick, you choose. I'm just suggesting what local organization needs help the most. What nonprofit can you contribute to today? And that is what Giving Tuesday is about. We are collecting funds today to kind of supplement our Angel Tree program for any angels that don't get returned. What happens is people go, they grab their angel tree from the tree, wherever the location, Chick-fil-A's, Mall of Millennia, and then life happens. It's not malicious. Life happens, and sometimes you're not able to get that person back or their gifts back. So these funds we're collecting today will ensure that every angel who has been picked receives a Christmas this year. And I love the fact that it's 1,000. We also include 1,000 seniors. For those that know me personally, they've got a soft spot. Our seniors have a soft spot in my heart. And it's the one thing we're all going to be if we make it. And we should treat our elderly like they are the platform in which we walk on. And in the sense, they really are. So that's happening today. Captain Ken Chapman was there, Crystal Moyer, Bridget Ellison, Candace Campos, of course, all partnering with us this morning and knocking that out. And then Friday, big day on Friday, guys. We have the Christmas tree lighting. You guys know I freak out every year because it's the best time of the year, where the morning team goes and lights the Christmas tree. It's going to be, it's Candace's first time. That'll be fun. Crystal did it with us last year, which was cool. But we will get to see Candace do it with us, of course. I will be at the base. My job, lighting that tree. All right, guys, so we're less than a mile from where we're going. And if you're just joining us this morning, sorry for the delay in getting out here. But it does take a while sometimes. I did have some car troubles this morning. Had to get some things fixed with the engine. But we're good. She's a beast. Results 1. Awesome. And we're headed to 436 at Aloma. So Cimarron and Aloma. Because Ed, a viewer, sent a question asking about the U-turns and who's got the right-of-way and why people don't obey. It's a complaint that people making a right do not stop for people making the U-turn. Also indicates that there's a no U-turn sign there. So easiest path of resistance, least path of resistance, we're going to go east through 436, check out what it looks like, and then observe, report, and see. All right, so this is our next big intersection. We are approaching 436 Cimarron, and we are eastbound on Aloma. So Winter Park is behind us, and we are headed towards, say, the 417, right? All right, so looking here, if you wanted to conduct a U-turn, nothing says you can from those left, that far left. There's no indication of someone that you can't make a right on red out here from the eastbound side. All right. Now I want to get turned around and we're going to check out the opposite direction. But I have a no U-turn sign here, so I can't conduct my U-turn right here. However, I can conduct it here. I'm going to hug a little far to the outside of my lane to give me a little bit of a clearance. If these cars get by, we'll make our U-turn nice and tight. Oh, little curb action there. It's all good. Okay. So now we approach it westbound. So now we're approaching westbound. I see no signs of no restrictions here. As we're doing this, I do think I'm understanding a little bit more. We are going to get out at some point. The best part is, well, not the best part, it's a bittersweet. So for those that don't know, News 6 at 9 has ended its tenure, and we no longer have News 6 at 9 at the 9 a.m. hour. We have so much more stuff coming. You're still going to get to see Bridget. You're still going to see Julie, Candace, plenty of Crystal, plenty of me. So don't worry. All those amazing stories that did exist at News 6 at 9 will exist in other locations. But it does give our stream time to breathe. All right, so here, I want to make a right on red. My turning signal's on. Not everyone's, like, they don't come to a complete stop. Required. Complete stop. I'm stopped. It's clear. We're going. All right, so we're going to come back up here. I see a sign. Okay. So looking at that intersection just now, if you are coming, say, south on 436, I do see an indicator, a temporary digital traffic sign, which means the instruction is not all the time, it is only there when it's lit up. So let's go look at it. All right, here's that no right on red sign. All right, so if you look look at the middle of your screen, there's a black box. Next, so now people are making the right still. It says no turn on red, 1 car, 2 car. So there's our problem right there. So if you wanted to go east on Aloma and try to make a U-turn while the no right on red signs are there are still people violating that. It doesn't say that, so now I can technically go as long as I do it smooth enough and quick. That was interesting. People running the no right on red there. We got to actually witness several cars. Interesting. Let's make a U-turn. We're going to go the other direction because that just irked me. I wish this car had red and blue lights, but it doesn't. Okay, so we're approaching it eastbound again, but I want to go north on 436, so I want to check the signage. People out here, you guys need to pay attention to your red lights, or I'm going to have to come out here with my other car. It's interesting. All right, 436, we're about to go northbound on 436. What have we seen so far? We got to see the southbound, eastbound, and westbound. Southbound does have a digital temporary no right on red traffic indicator that pops open when the traffic engineers don't want you to make that right. It went on when the drivers were getting ready to make their left turn, or if they chose a U-turn, but we saw 3 separate drivers run it, impeding the U-turn. Okay, same thing here. We have the no turn on red now. If you see it, it says right lane must turn right. Digital sign up top currently says no turn on red. I got to keep my butt right here. The sign just went away. It allows me to make that right, as long as there were no U-turns and I wasn't violating anyone's right of way. We're going to get a good angle of this. I actually think it'll be busier from the other location. That's where we'll go. We're going to go to the other spot. Sorry, BP. Because I think we're going to get to see some good stuff from that angle. So let's go over that side. So we got to see it. What have we seen? We saw that only north and southbound 436 have the digital temporary no right on red sign. Okay? East and west Aloma, you don't have it. That's okay, because the traffic is completely different. Now, Ed said, can they be on longer? I think they have them set for the purpose of what traffic is supposed to be doing, not what is happening. And what did we see? We saw 3 people run it while someone else was trying to make a turn. Hello. All right, so let's go do this again. We're gonna get over towards the north side. I'm gonna attempt to make a wider U-turn so I don't go up on the curb again. Who'd have ever thought live streaming driving would be a thing? Oh, smooth as butter. Okay. No traffic impeded. Someone would say, well, what about the minivan? Minivan's at a stop sign. They're just going to stay there until it is completely clear. All right, just keep that in mind. So we're westbound on Aloma. We've been talking about the U-turn situation out here. First, I was a little confused because, hey, I don't know every intersection at every location with whatever signage or infrastructure they have in place, but I had an idea. And seeing this, I completely understand what they're meaning. North and southbound Cimarron has temporary no right digital signs that pop up for a temporary amount of time and then go away so that you can make the right. But when the sign is activated, you are not allowed to make a right on red. Why? Because they're trying to limit the impediment of the U-turn. The no right on red is there so that the U-turn can happen without slowing down other traffic and temporarily stopping that right. When you violate that, then we have a problem. Okay, so before we wrap this up, we can go for about 10 more minutes or so. We're going to get out because I want to watch people just blow this sign. We'll go over to the Advent parking lot. We'll walk out on the sidewalk there. Results 1, she has a nice rumble. For those curious, she is an F-150 Sport. Saw that driver violate that school bus back there? Ooh, drives me crazy. Okay, this is a much busier spot, and we're gonna get to see some stuff. I bet you what we will see is someone violate this turning lane while we're sitting here. So technically, those striped area on the right, you are not supposed to drive through. It's not part of the travel lane. It does not start until the dash marks actually open up. So me sliding into there would get the trolls to just light me up. So I'm going to stay right here until the light turns a little bit more green. Because let's be real, if I did that, you guys would be on me like white on rice. So we're not going to do that. We're going to wait. Traffic's going to start moving here. Here we go. So nice. Okay, so we're just going to pull into this parking lot real quick. We're going to actually get out. Tight little spot. It's all right. We'll get her in. Okay. We're in our spot here. We're looking at the intersection. Lighting is bad, but that's okay because we have options here. We're going to strap on our body camera. We're going to run out there and check this out because we're crazy and that's what we do. You know, if it wasn't for y'all and the whopping 5 people watching this, I don't know what I would do with my life. You guys keep me motivated, I swear. So let's get out and let's watch this sign because I guarantee we're going to see people run this stop sign. And I'm going to laugh. And Ed is going to get proven correct. Right? Ed, you the man for sending me out here. All right. So we're getting ready to hop out of the truck. We're going to go look at this cluster and see what we're seeing. Make sure everything is good. Check, 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 check. Checking, checking. Can you hear me? I hope so. All right. Up close and personal. Let's hop on out. So this is the intersection we're talking about. And you can see there's a digital sign here. That black box up there in the corner is the indicator. It pops on and off, and it says no turn on red. It being digital makes it slightly temporary. But what we've seen are drivers that just run the stop, run the stop. I'm trying to find a little spot I can cut through the bushes here, but it doesn't look like that is going to happen. I'm waiting for this sign to change because I want to see the violation occur. Here we go. So you're seeing north and southbound 436 moving nice and smooth. Traffic up to speed, but it's definitely starting to pick up. See a few people start to enter the travel lanes out here. What we're looking at, if you're just joining us, 436 in Aloma, we're looking at the U-turn and the violation of the no right on red. And we're observing southbound 436 right here as it approaches the Aloma. We're standing right next to the right travel lane, the right turning lane, which will then allow you to go west on Aloma towards Winter Park. So we're going to stand off to the side here, and you can see the light has turned red, so north and southbound traffic has come to a stop. Other traffic is going to start to get moving. Once that turning signal gets activated from the eastbound Aloma, you'll see that digital sign come on. The digital sign is going to be our problem this morning because this is where we're seeing a lot of the issues. Drivers not stopping on that no right on red. And we can just see if it happens. It happened in front of us. We saw 3 cars run the red light, preventing other drivers from making the U-turn. And that's really part of it. Ed, the viewer, he had asked, hey, why can't they just make it longer? Ed, brother, it is long. It's your community members that aren't paying attention. So it may seem short, but it's not. Literally, while it is activated, there are cars just choosing not to listen to it. And that's what's making it seem like it's shorter. It's actually on already. It just turned on. No turn on red. No one's going anywhere. I think this lady knows it's because I'm standing right here with a camera in my hand. That's the best idea. But you can see here, cars are moving, everything was good. Now it's off, and now they can go. So you got a line of cars that come through this area, but they've all got to make the complete. So ran the red light, technically. Ran the red light. Mr. Ace Glass here getting upset and beeping because the Corolla has decided to pay attention and do what it's supposed to be doing, and in return they just want to honk at people. So that's what we're watching out here this morning. And yeah, I just like to make my presence known when people like to be impatient. Okay, I hear sirens. Light screen. All right, we're gonna watch fire rescue push through this intersection, and we can watch this a little bit more. All that traffic is stopped. Technically, those other vehicles can move out of the way. You can cross the crossbar. You can do what you need to do. All these other cars should start stopping as well. They should all, they're not paying attention. The amount of impatience and lack of caring for an emergency vehicle blows my mind. Okay, back to what we were doing. So what did we see? We saw one driver stop completely. The sign came on. They didn't go anywhere. The sign went away. They stayed there because the northbound 436 wanted to go west on Aloma, and someone beeped. Who's in the right? The person who stayed. The beeping, just obnoxious, unnecessary, improper use of horn. Just not needed. All right. That was good. So we were out here at 436 in Aloma talking about right on red, U-turn, and whether or not the length of time was sufficient. Let's get back in the truck and we'll end this. Now, the length of time in that area, no problems. I think it's on there for a good amount of time. I think if a driver has completed their stop, yields right of way and waits, and then the sign turns on, it gives a really good amount of time for everyone to complete what they're doing. The problem is when you're not obeying the traffic laws, it can feel like there's an issue. How do we fix this and what are the results? All right, for Ed, this is what I'm going to do for you, Ed. Happen to know some folks that cover this jurisdiction right here at this intersection, and I do think this needs a good reminder of traffic enforcement. So I can promise you that I will make contact with our local traffic enforcement agencies that cover this area, whether it be the state, whether it be the county, and see what we can do, because it will only take a few people, a few red and blue lights out here to remind some folks these signs are there for a reason. And if you actually paid attention to these, they're timed nicely. The U-turns, the turns, this area would flow much better. So thanks, Ed, for submitting that question to me. If you ever have a question, you want me to answer it, or you want me to come visit a certain area, please hit me up. You can email me at smontiero@wkmg.com. You can shoot me an email at asktroopersteve@wkmg.com. And of course, all my social media platforms. You guys have an amazing day. Giving Tuesday. Make sure you give back to your community today. Drive safe and always wear your seatbelt.